Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, your boy Corey here, aka Crasher, back with a new video, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be discussing Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, before we get underway with the meat of the video, I need to give you guys a couple of very quick and important disclaimers to take into consideration while viewing this video. First off, ladies and gentlemen, please take what is being said and talked about here with a pinch of salt, as I am not going to attempt to confirm or deny anything. And number two, I'm also going to throw in a spoiler warning as well, as we are talking about potential leaks for Pokemon Legends Arceus, so please remember to keep an open mind, be cautiously optimistic, and if you do not want to be spoiled, please click out of the video right now, as the last thing I want to have happen is for anyone's fun and excitement for the upcoming game to be ruined by me and this video. With that being said, let's continue. So first off, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a tweet from Centro Leaks, and this account is going to be heavily featured in this video. They tweet out the following: Hidden Power and Judgment are apparently getting a buff in Pokemon Legends. Info via Ku, that's Chinese Riddler, as usual. Now right from the jump, ladies and gentlemen, this right here strikes up some interest. I am thinking about these buffs in two ways. Either Hidden Power and Judgment are going to have a buff in terms of base power buff, where Hidden Power gets buffed up from base 60 to a number like, say, as an example, base 75, and Judgment going from base 100 to, say, perhaps maybe base 120. And the second way I'm thinking about this is that both Hidden Power and Judgment are going to get buffed in terms of possibly acquiring secondary effects. So as an example, let's say Air Slash. It has a secondary effect of making the opponent flinch 30% of the time that it hits. So maybe we could have these two moves also have a secondary effect as well. What do you guys think? Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have this. Hisuian Decidueye, typing Grass Fighting. Hisuian Samurott, typing Water Dark. Hisuian Typhlosion, typing Fire Ghost. Hisuian Quillfish plus Evolution, typing Dark Poison. Hisuian Sneasel plus Evolution, typing Poison Fighting. Ursaring Evolution, typing Ground Normal. Hisuian Lilligant, typing Grass Fighting. There's only one Pokemon, 905, left to be leaked. Now, I had honestly had a big feeling that the starter Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus were going to have new forms of evolutions, because we have yet to see any of their evolved forms in any of the past trailers, and even in one of the more recent overview trailers, we saw a level 15 Cyndaquil, which is a little bit unusual because of the fact that Cyndaquil evolves at level 14 into Quilava, so why we didn't see Quilava also kind of adds on the suspicion as well. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, but it looks like that we are getting ourselves new Hisuian forms in Quillfish and Sneasel, plus an evolved form of those Hisuian forms. I am especially excited for Hisuian Quillfish and its evolution. Now, I don't exactly have a lot of speculation when it comes to Hisuian Lilligant now acquiring the Grass Fighting typing. Maybe it has more of an aggressive femme fatale type of design, where in comparison to regular Lilligant, it's very ladylike, it's very prim and princess-like, but not Hisuian Lilligant. Maybe it is the complete opposite. Now, we also saw ourselves this tweet from Centro Leaks that showcases a potential leak of the Pokemon Legends Arceus Pokedex. And if we expand this image, well, it's kind of looking like a little bit of a mess, but let me try and decipher this one at a time. So, as we see in the top left-hand corner of the image, we have ourselves the three starters of Pokemon Legends Arceus, and then we have ourselves their evolved forms. So I'm wondering if maybe those final evolved forms are placeholders for their new evolved forms being Hisuian forms of their evolutions. Next up, we have ourselves Scyther along with Scizor and Kleavor. that right there is pretty straightforward. Next up, we have ourselves Hisuian Growlithe, and presumably Hisuian Arcanine. I really can't wait to see what Hisuian Arcanine looks like. We also have ourselves what represents Hisuian Voltorb, as well as its evolution being, presumably, Hisuian Electrode. We can also see that there are two Quillfishes here, which is representation of Hisuian Quillfish and its evolution, and we also end up seeing Sneasel plus Hisuian Sneasel as well as its evolution in the Hisuian form, and then we see Teddiursa and two Ursaring, which means that it is the evolution of that Ursaring. And then of course we have ourselves Stantler and Weirdeer, which is the evolved form of Stantler. Okay, hopefully that didn't confuse anyone here, because this right here can be pretty hard to follow if you ain't careful. Next up, we have ourselves in a reply, new Pokemon and types, and if we expand this image, we can see the numbers 899, 900, 901, 902, 903, 904, and 905. And they're also color-coded as well. So, 899 appears to be the color coding of Weirdeer being normal psychic. 900 appears to be color-coded representing Cleavor being bug and rock. We have 901 with what appears to be a ground normal type of color scheme, so I assume it is the Ursaring evolution representation. 902 appears to be representation of Basculegion being a water and ghost. 903, this one's a little bit weird to me. I'm not sure if I'm looking at either Psychic and Fire or Poison and Fighting. Probably Poison and Fighting if we're talking about Hisuian Sneasel plus its Hisuian evolution in Weavile. And then we have ourselves 904, which appears to be Dark and Poison. That represents Hisuian Quillfish and its evolution. And last but not least, we have ourselves 905, which is the unknown Pokemon. It is completely unknown what that Pokemon is. I don't know what sort of status it's going to have, whether it's going to be a mythical, a legendary, who knows, ladies and gentlemen, but leave your thoughts about that down below. Now, if we take a look at this image right here, it showcases more Pokedex numbers as well as color coding, which represents dual typings. So, as an example, if we take a look at numbers 58 and 59, those are the Dex entry numbers for Growlithe and Arcanine, but if we're talking about Hisuian Growlithe and Arcanine, we can see that they are color-coded to be Fire and Rock. And as for Dex entries 100 and 101, those represent Voltorb and Electrode, but if we're talking about Hisuian forms of those Pokemon, then we can see that they are Electric and Grass. There's a bit of a theme going on here when it comes to this image, but I think you guys can put two and two together here. And now, on to some more recent leaks from Centro. Hisuian Goodra, typing Dragon Steel. Hisuian Avalugg, typing Ice Rock. New Pokemon, in brackets number 905, flying, and we don't know if it has a secondary typing or what. Secondary typing of this new Pokemon and Hisuian Decidueye is still a mystery. Number 905, possibly a new legendary slash mythical. Now I'm especially excited for Hisuian Goodra, Dragon and Steel. That right there is an insanely good defensive typing that only Dialga and Duraludon have. So if Hisuian Goodra is indeed a thing in Legends Arceus and it's Dragon Steel, that right there is going on my team. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's also nice to see Avalugg getting some love in the form of a Hisuian form, now being Ice and Rock. However, it does have to watch out for its now 4 times weakness to Fighting and Steel type moves. Ice and Rock is not exactly the best defensive typing, despite how gargantuan its defenses are. It's still going to get rocked by those two typings if it's not careful. Now, as for this new Pokemon, aka Dex entry 905, being flying and an unknown typing, I'm wondering if this right here is a reference to the new Forces of Nature Pokemon that we had actually talked about in a previous video, where its alleged typing was Flying and Fairy. Now, instead of me rehashing the details on what I made reference to, I will link you guys to a video that I made some time ago if you guys want more context on that. But with all of that being said, what are your guys' thoughts and opinions about what it is we discussed here in this video? I would really love to hear you guys out on this. And also, how excited are you guys for Pokemon Legends Arceus? It is going to be releasing in the next couple of weeks, and I personally can say I am beyond excited. I am beyond pumped. I am ready. Bring it on. And that's it for the video, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to say thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing, and especially commenting down below, because I love hearing you guys out. Always have. That will never ever change. So thank you guys again for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day or night, depending on your time zone, and I'll see you guys in the next one.